Hi, everybody. Welcome to the new normal. I'm your host, Lisa Davis, aka Like Queen Lisa, and today is Friday. So make sure that you have a red cup, you're wearing something red, or I don't know, you've got some red lipstick on, something so that you're remembering everyone deployed. We do that on Fridays to say thank you to our servicemen and women. I've got Clint Westwood with us right after this. I am on my raw food reboot with the one and only Amy C. Weir. You guys can check it out. We're doing that with our show on Monday. We are still on week 1. Today is day 6, and this is my first happy hour to do during a raw food reboot. So I made one of the friends in the Telegram group that we have had a suggestion of a apple. I don't know if it was apple cider. I used apple juice and ginger. I think he did shots. I poured a whole glass. I'm so naughty. Ooh, that's interesting. All right, we'll be right back right after this. You guys give us a like, share this video. Got Westwood on the other side. Happy Friday, Westwood.
Happy Friday.
Happy hour.
Happy hour. Woo.
To you. Oh, it's Shark. Is it Shark Week already?
I don't know. It could be because there's blood in the water.
Mm-hmm.
There's a hammerhead out there swimming around.
God, that video was so fake.
Yeah, what do you make of that?
Okay. So.
We're talking about the PP video, the Paul Pelosi
Everybody
video.
knows what video we're talking about.
All right.
So for weeks now, months now, right? The news has been showing us aerial photos of footage and photos of the front of Pelosi's house. Remember how it was rounded? Had all the round glass.
Was that was that the front?
The glass was
the back?
busted out.
Was that the back door though? That could have been like the pool door, the patio door. That's my first thought. I think they went to the front door, and I think that might have been a patio shot. I don't know. I haven't looked at it lately, so that was just my first thought. So maybe it's just a different door. I don't know.
Okay, all right. You can shoot down that.
Well, let's go with that. I'll give them the benefit.
It could be another door. Okay, it could be a different door.
Went in the back door, front door. Who knows? And then the cops went in the front door.
That they live in a home. Or I've been told that this home has a brick wall, security wall around it. In the video, there's no wall. And in fact, I don't even know that there's even a street.
Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? It was almost like a condo complex.
It was almost like a movie set.
Well, that could be.
There was just a big open parking lot with giant lights on it.
I hadn't looked at it that way. Maybe you're onto something.
It was very strange.
Huh.
And then if you notice,
hammer time.
They stand there and it's very scripted and they're looking back and forth at each other. And then, hey, what's going on here? I mean,
sure this is the place?
Is there somebody saying I'm a hostage here? They're not like, hey, what's going on here? And shining a flashlight. And then they run and nothing happens in screen.
You couldn't see it. It was off camera.
Maybe one whack happened.
There was only one
behind the screen.
You got one good hit. That was the only thing
behind the door.
Yeah, because by the time you do this, you're not. By the time they got in there, you couldn't.
Then the cops were on top of him.
I think he needed a sleep apnea machine, though.
Yeah,
did you hear him
snoring was good. I was like, I don't think you're supposed to be snoring.
Put him to sleep. Put him to sleep.
Well,
he was out. Where was Lisa? Where was Lisa? I'm looking at you. Forget it. I'm not going there. I can't even say it now because
you have Nancy on your mind.
I screwed it up. I know. I said Lisa.
You have Nancy on your mind.
I'm not equating the two of you.
So this is why, because Nancy. So we went today. We had a little day date, and we went Okie treasure hunting. Went down to Chickasha, Oklahoma, where if you look on my Twitter, so our buddy Blind Dave
Chickasha County
loves well, and the map in the car called it
Chick-fil-A?
Chickasha. I think that
Okay.
was it.
Chickasha.
Chickasha. And I was like, Chickasha. Okay.
She
Apparently
British?
she doesn't speak Indian. No. But anyway, so we went down there, had a little lunch.
Speaking of Indian, what's a Hindu?
And look, here's our
Lays
friend
eggs.
Okie.
All right.
Okie Treasure Hunter. They have a YouTube channel. And they're a really great couple. Got into the business like by chance, but they're also fellow cryptoers.
Oh, awesome. Welcome, Okie Treasure Hunter.
And I found this is what started this, as that I found this album, which is Dr. Zhivago, and this was the movie that my parents watched and then named my oldest sister who passed away. But they named her after Laura in this movie. And so I had to buy this record. And then I bought Hot Nancy Sinatra because she's awesome and it's a really cool record. Cannon likes playing with, we have a, so he's studying, our homeschool, and right now we're studying the Industrial Revolution. And for his presentation next week, he wants to bring, we have like a, like a new old phonograph kind of thing, record player.
Yeah.
And he is like totally just taken over
with
by
the
how the mechanics. No, not like
not
that. Just
old.
like
Okay.
just the box that actually
player.
plays the.
Oh yeah, like a suitcase.
The albums, yeah, like a suitcase.
Okay, I used to have one of those little plastic-ish suitcases when I was a little kid. And you open it, little plastic wheel.
And you like lift the lever to move the arm, and then make it go over. And he's been listening to some of Charlie's like old Elvis records and all this. And I'm like, okay, let's not listen to those. So I was trying to find something that he could listen to, and I thought, oh, well, Nancy Sinatra, that'll keep him entertained.
There you go. Oh, thanks, Okie.
Yeah, so thanks, Okie. But you guys check out his channel. Oh, how nice.
Yeah, go check it out and subscribe.
Thank you. Yeah, check out his channel, their channel, and subscribe. Cutest couple. The wife is adorable. She's so cute. She said they went to one of the look up on their channel. There's a video where they went to the Goodwill. There's these huge bins. She was like, if you ever go, bring gloves.
Oh yeah.
And because she's real cute, girly girl.
Nice.
So she was like, oh my gosh, bring gloves. So go watch that video on their channel. It was pretty cool.
Because you never know what's going to be on them.
Yeah. They found some wild things too. If you look through their channel, well, you guys
that's
just
pretty
go
awesome.
check it out.
So they treasure hunt. They go out and find things, and that's awesome.
Sometimes they get people just call them and say like there was an abandoned storage unit or after an estate sale or whatever. Like they just get stuff, and then they've ended up like this business has taken over, and now that's their full-time gig. And
Holy cow.
I think that's in Cliff High's data that people start pulling things out of their garages, their attics and whatever, and that we start bartering and trading more as our currency fails.
Yeah, because you got to trade something when the money doesn't work, right?
Well, and the freaking Pakistan right now, the currency is failing like crazy. Gold is going through the roof. Yesterday, Johnny was on talking about hard assets. And
he's a hard ass guy.
Oh my God. He was making me laugh so hard before we got on the show. I was trying not to giggle. So he's been working out.
Yes. So, working on those hard assets.
On all the hard assets.
Yeah.
And but anyway, talking about how people, during times of uncertainty, financial uncertainty, people run to hard assets. Yeah. And with all this tracking and tracing and all that, how much bartering will come around, which I meant to tell my friends at Okie Treasure Hunter about, which I think she might know about it. There's a local, like, at the fairgrounds, they do those, like a farmer's market, or they'll do like a show of something, or a flea market or something like that. They're doing one about trading or bartering here in Oklahoma that's coming up soon. And so I'm curious to see, I'm half tempted to go see if we can set up a crypto booth.
There you go. Right, because that's perfect for
just
barter.
do education. Yeah.
I mean, hello. You know, when the money fails, crypto still works if it's a good crypto.
Right.
I only talk about Litecoin and some DigiByte. So anyway.
Yeah. So it was really exciting, like getting to go meet some people where you're like-minded and watching them, you know, really like get to have this freedom and their choices of, you know, how they want to run their business, how they want to have spend their time. They get to be together all the time. So that's really cool. So anyway, it was a great day. So
Fragile.
Yeah,
I should. That's the takeaway from your day. You posted
that is my takeaway from the day.
My takeaway, anyway.
So
it's Italian.
I think it was during Christmas, Blind Dave, we had a call just checking in with friends, you know, and talking to him about stuff. And he told me how much he loves the leg. And I guess where his house is a pretty prominent window or corner in town where he lives.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, I'm going to get a giant leg. And that's going to be like my Christmas tree in lieu of Christmas tree. So when we were in Chickasha, where is it? I might have to, hold on. Let me update. This is by the train tracks as you go out of town. This is real life. That is a train, guys. That's how big that leg is. Can you see that? Am I sharing the screen? It's huge.
It's huge. Hugest leg. Yeah. Best leg I've ever seen.
So
that's saying cool. A lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had a great day. How about
Who said giants don't exist? Come on, man. There's proof.
Parts left behind. So, how was your day? You've been killing it with the videos lately.
Have I?
Everybody,
you've killing so myself. I'm drinking today. I'm not participating.
You've got haters following you or hounding you on Twitter, which I think is hilarious.
They watch my videos, so I'm like, okay, cool, whatever.
What's the meme that it's that fighter guy and it says a bad word and then he says, if you watch everything I do and hate me, you say you hate me, but you watch everything I do, you're still a fan or you're a fan. I don't know.
He's a fanatic. I got fanatics out there everywhere. No, his point was, I think, what was it? It was, I was talking about Litecoin. I took a clip out of my 25-minute video that I did in the car this morning and I cut it down to 220. Didn't edit it. I just cut it and threw it on Twitter and then linked to the YouTube video. But the comment was, I think, laugh out loud. This is the same. This is Bitcoin regurgitated or something.
Yeah. Bitcoin lingo regurgitated.
Well, kind of, because Litecoin's basically the same, but it's got some better qualities than Bitcoin. So it is a lot of overlap, you know what I mean? Honestly. And who cares? You know, it's just educating people. And that's my goal here. I just want people to look at crypto. And I look at Litecoin as a pretty good deal for under $90, considering what it is and what it does and how many there are. So, you know, wish somebody would have told me about Bitcoin early. Oh, I'm telling you about Litecoin early, so you can get a good deal on it instead of paying $23,000 plus for it. So anyway.
Yeah, and Silver Jim, this is not, or wait, that's somebody else. Armor Style Tarot. Photoshop is amazing. That is not photoshopped. And this is my friend Okie Treasure who lives in Chickasha.
It's a real deal.
Not Chickasha or whatever the MapQuest said, but it is not. It's in concrete and permanent. You can go down and see it yourself.
That's pretty awesome. What's the significance of that? Is there a connection to the movie?
I don't know.
That was in Ohio, the movie, I think, took place.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if Oklahoma's got like
I don't know. There's a darling like train station that looks like it's abandoned, but maybe that's like their historical part of town or something. It's like right off their like old, you know, historical downtown part. It was really cool.
Nice.
It's been fun though. Learning some history of Oklahoma and meeting people. That's what we need to do more of. I heard that like there's a big trend right now of people, which there typically is at the beginning of the year. You know, we're doing our little cleanse and raw food reboot with on Mondays and for 3 weeks, but the show is on Mondays to catch up on stuff. But then I heard driving home that, right now the fitness industry is really popping. Like during the Great Infection, I guess the Pelotons were all the rage. Everybody was buying a Peloton to use them at home. And now people are wanting to do group things, whether it's like yoga, like all the classes at gyms are just filling up because people want to be around people again.
What's wrong with them?
Pickleball.
I'm just kidding.
I know you don't like it.
Like what? Are you kidding me? No.
Have you played pickleball yet?
No, but I'm trying to win a free pickleball racket from Carlos's mom. Everybody go out and follow her on Twitter and retweet it. I want a freaking hat because I retweeted it.
I did retweet that.
Yeah, and so she's got one now where she's giving a nice pickleball racket away, brand new. Go retweet it.
Let's see.
And then you can win.
Let me think about how to.
They're trying to talk me into putting out a little pickleball area here, at the Westwood Ranch.
Wait.
As long as
I'm trying to think of how to find her Twitter post.
Here, I retweeted it.
Oh my gosh! Feed. Wait a minute, I have to show a picture that's so cute. Baby Estrada is due anytime.
It's coming.
Look how beautiful, how sweet is this couple?
Oh my!
Don't you love them?
She's baby.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I know. Got married last year at this time, and now. Bing.
It's like our own little crypto baby in the family.
Know, right? I know.
Yes.
Bring that baby over here. I'll hold it and then give it back to you when I put her to sleep. Or him to sleep, sorry.
Yeah, don't.
Used to be around females.
Where's the one with where's mom's post?
Are you looking at your feed or my feed?
I'm looking at Carlos's. I'm trying to find his mom's post.
It's in our chat. I retweeted it earlier. I mean, I don't know.
Is it on yours?
Yeah, it's on mine.
Okay.
I don't have
easier to find on yours.
Yeah, I usually don't have a whole lot.
Not like me.
You do more research than I do.
Very much research.
There he is ranting. Look at that knucklehead.
There's that ranter.
That crazy Bitcoin copier.
Okay. Rant-worthy. That must be it.
It's coming.
So I think you retweeted.
I retweeted it. It's.
What day was it this week?
It was just like today, I thought.
Happy hour, guys. Good to see you. So you retweeted what you did. I'll tell you what you did.
Did I not do it right?
You retweeted the list No, that's a list from the watches.
I retweeted it. I'm gonna win that pickleball racket.
Apparently, you're not gonna.
Oh, well, you know what?
You're not gonna win.
I'm gonna pull it up and tell you.
You didn't retweet it.
Listen here, Lisa. Lovely late queen Lisa.
I do not see it.
There it is. Yep, right there. I got it.
This is not it.
It's in my feed. It's 10 hours ago. 10 hours ago, I retweeted it on my main feed tweet. I'll tell you what.
This is your main feed.
We might be identifying some issues here with Twitter.
Yeah, something's wrong.
It was 10 hours ago. It said. 10 hours.
Okay, let me go back again. Clint Westwood.
Yeah, click on
Clint Westwood.
The real Clint Westwood. There it is.
The real Clint Westwood. There he is. Look. Do you see?
I know.
Every time.
And retweeted it how many times?
Every time on the show.
Takes it away. I don't understand.
And it undoes it.
I don't understand why it does
every
that.
time.
Because I've seen you like it and retweet it like a dozen times. Like a dozen times.
My friend Donnie, the constitutionalist, she said that she was looking through her followers or people she's following, and like Subway was on there, and some jackwagon political person that she does not support, and so she like called out Elon and was like, "What's going on? I clearly did not follow these people."
Yeah, there's no way in Hades I'd be following them.
Forget.
It's coming. It's 10 hours ago. It said. Check the times. Because we're in the same. It's got to be there. Hamilton 68.
Okay, now it looks different.
See, what is going on? How does this happen?
But look.
Before that one. It was before that one. Keep going. Are we 10 hours yet?
That is.
It's before that one. Keep going.
10 hours.
It's all
there. It is.
Right there. Been there.
Okay.
Retweet
Alex Sanchez. So if you go to Sanchez Axline, I think I'm saying that right. follow her. That's her Twitter handle. And then go over here and make sure that you, it says that I didn't like it and retweet it either.
You're not going to win.
I know.
See,
I did.
that happens to me. Now, if you click on it, click on the actual post, and I'll bet you it shows that you did it. Does it?
It says I did just now.
See? Oh, you just did it. Because I've seen this happen between different devices.
Okay. So if I hadn't done it just then, maybe it's there.
Right, I think it would have been there because I've seen that happen. Like I'm on my iPad and I'm liking and retweeting. Then I pick up my phone later. I'm like, I like that and retweeted. Then I click on it and look at it and it does show it then. It's like some kind of refresh issue or something. Curry through. I don't know. Anyway. Elon's got his hands full. Let's just say that. You got this for $44 billion? What a deal. No. He's done good things with it, I think, though. I mean, there's a lot of truth leaking out on it. You've seen this stuff with Lizer, the pharmaceutical company Lizer. You see what's going on with them? Holy cow.
Yeah, that
Project Veritas.
That guy that got caught.
Meltdown.
And they said, total meltdown at a bar. And they said they should have staged this at a Waffle House. And he starts freaking out and trying to beat them all up. And
no, you don't leave. No, you leave. Yes, you leave. No,
and he goes, is this real life?
Yeah, welcome to it because you haven't been living in it.
Yeah. Oh, too funny.
Yeah, that whole freaking deal. Yeah, with the Senate now, Marco Rubio has sent a letter to the head of Pfizer, and then the Senate's doing an investigation. They're taking off into Pfizer.
Yeah, there's some good stuff happening. I mean, I didn't get, like I said, I haven't done a lot of research today, but there's, let's see. Citadel is under investigation.
Go back and look at that tweet. I looked at that real quick. Go click, pull that up. Look at the date.
Okay. So on this day in 1945, elements of the 11th Airborne Division sailed for Luzon, Philippines, where we would participate in our largest engagements of World War II. Now, Westwood, where was World War II?
Well, it was all over. It was in the whole world.
It was in the whole world?
It was the whole
make
world.
That statement?
Yeah, World War II.
But the war wasn't.
It was in Europe
fought.
And then the Pacific Theater. It was, over there in Japan, and we were taking back islands.
Apparently in the Philippines.
Yeah, I mean there was Japanese forces, and we had to take Okinawa and hop over and take islands back. This was
our largest engagement of World War
II. MacArthur. I don't know if it was the largest engagement.
That's what it says.
It's pretty big. I mean, Battle of the Bulge.
For the 11th Airborne. Okay, maybe it's just for the 11th.
Okay, that might be that.
Maybe just for them.
That makes sense.
Okay. Maybe so.
Speaking of airborne, Lockheed Martin says, hey, we got F-16s we're going to produce. Send them to Ukraine. They're ready. Sending tanks. Going to send some planes. We're going to get this show started.
Everything.
Yeah, get it going. Kick it off. Got to cover all this other stuff up. Take them to war, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hammer time.
Keep it going. It's hammer time. Mm-hmm. That was the other thing. So there's an old, beautiful courthouse in Chickasha, and on the side of it, it says something about, oh, dang it.
Yeah, hang on. I'm Paul Pelosi. I got my drink. I'm not going to drop my drink. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. That was so important. He did hold his drink.
He held his drink. He can hold his liquor.
But it said something about like the laws to protect the state, not the people. Mm-hmm. And that's like carved in marble there up on the outside of the building. It's like, maybe you should think twice before you walk in there. I don't know.
Yeah. Protect the state, huh? I guess.
That's what it says on the building.
If you're... Define the state, I guess. You got to start there. What's that? What's their intention?
There you go.
We're running out of F-16s. Yeah, I mean, we're going to send over all our equipment. Our artillery, I looked at that. The Pentagon is creating these 115 millimeter rounds that go in these howitzers, I think it is. And we've sent like 160 howitzer guns over there to Ukraine already. And we've sent them over 1 million of these shells, the artillery shells. But the Pentagon's going to ramp up. They only make 14,000 a month now. They want to ramp up real quick to 20,000, then 40, and then by 2025 they want to have 90,000 a month they're producing. And I'm thinking, we've given them 1 million. I mean, if you're producing 90,000 a month, that's about 1 million a year. I mean, are we going to have any left for us if we need it? I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm hearing.
I think it's just
But-
depleting everything. You leave it in Afghanistan. All that equipment that the Russians are probably going to use, against us or NATO and Ukraine, whatever. Both sides of the war as usual. But yeah, I mean, all these artillery shells, it's just unreal how many they're going to start producing, and they've given them 1 million already.
Yeah, it's crazy. Phil C says that we gave them a 7-year supply of javelins as well. So,
yeah.
It's
Hey,
interesting.
Cruise missiles, Tomahawks. What else we need? Bring it. We're not using
So
it over
you
here.
think that's to leave us vulnerable for when the Mexican cartel start coming in like they are?
I think that was their plan, but Hillary didn't win. I mean, this would have happened sooner. It would have started rolling out. We'd be at war with Ukraine and Russia prior to that. But I mean, I think that's the end goal, is to take down the U.S. 100%. And so they're trying to do everything they can to deplete the resources, weaken the citizens, weaken the military, do everything they can to bring that about. But at the same time, you've got this other force happening to where the truth is leaking out, and people are starting to wake up, and they're not being deceived by the media anymore, because they needed the media. Well, people are turning off the mainstream media that's sponsored by Lizer and all the others, and instead they're going to places like Twitter, a free speech platform now, to where, well, for the most part, but they are, make whatever argument you want. They're putting the information out. I mean, bombshell information out on Twitter, just like this Hamilton 68. If anybody's followed that just came out. And what that refers to is the Federalist paper number 68, written by Alexander Hamilton. And the gist of it was trying to prevent foreign engagement in America, foreign influence. And so this Hamilton 68 think tank, whatever it is, what they did, it turns out they were actually calling certain Twitter accounts Russian bots or Russian, influencers, when they're just Americans and, Western people. And they created cover stories. Remember all that time when they said, all these Russian bots are influencing the election and they're doing this and that. Well, they were doing that, but they were doing it against the right. And they were putting out all this disinformation, and then news stories were carrying all this stuff as if it were a legitimate source, kind of like the Steele dossier. And so all of this was fabricated, and all of this is coming out now to where they just lied about all this stuff. And it's just, and guess who's involved in it? Mr. John Podesta is involved in this group, and a couple of other, high, influential people that in the revolving door. So it's the same old players.
Yeah.
And it's just, they're just lying to you, just completely lying to you. All this was fake.
But they're so shocked because it's always been like this.
Right. And now it's getting exposed, and they're like,
I can't remember. There was
mandatory shots every year now. We got to do something. Yeah, take them out.
I don't know if it was at the Fed or at the WEF or where it was, but it was a Fed guy, and he said they were talking about some crypto stuff or whatever, and they were like, oh my gosh, but that would leave out like basically the retail investors. And he goes, that's retail. Like, I couldn't care less about those people.
Retail.
The little people,
They're just taxpayers. They're we're just working them to death,
Yeah.
Keep them alive long enough to extrapolate all their energy out, and then, next wave. Yeah, I know. Yeah. That's why you just got to not listen to any of it. I mean, really, it was all a lie. Anything, whenever they involved Russia in anything, it was a complete fabrication. That's what it's turning out to be. Everything. Complete hoax. Just like, you guys like Trump or not, like he said, it's all fake. It's all a hoax. It's a witch hunt. That's all it was. And he was 100% right, and that's being proven now. 100%.
Yeah. It's crazy to watch.
But you see how that folds into the narrative to where Russia's the bad guy. And so, now in Ukraine, Russia's the bad guy. We've got to go after Russia. Why?
I was watching.
Why?
So we were watching a movie, and I don't know. I think it was Philadelphia Experiment, but I'm not. No. I don't know which one it was. Anyway, it was an army scene or whatever, military scene. And they were talking about, they were just saying, and it's part of the reason, I don't know if you told me this or Sean told me this, somebody was saying like, it's part of the reason they give like a slur word to whoever we're fighting. Like they called the Japanese the Japs or the Gooks, or they named them, like they come up with these slur slang names.
Commie bastards.
Yes. So that you hate your enemy, so it's easier to kill them. And so this soldier is talking to the bigwig guy and his commanding officer, and he says something about, I think that might be the enemy, whatever. I don't know. He has some concern, and he's like, what do we do with the enemy? And he's like, we kill him. And it was just that, like, nope, that's the answer is, there's no.
No, it's just like no mercy, whatever. It's like they're going to kill you if you don't kill them. You got to kill them.
Okay,
Which, go ahead.
No, I mean, in war, so there's a thing about, like, they're trying to make this woke military about, like, he hurt my feelings and we need to have, use my right pronouns and all this crap that's going on, whatever. Okay, if you're truly in war and your CO says, get down, you can't say, don't talk to me.
No, that's true.
Or you'll get your head blown off. So there's part
of a group of guys out there fighting to stay alive. You better pay attention to what's going on. And, if somebody tells you, hey, this is happening, you better listen. Right.
But we have to also understand that we, the people, and have been manipulated by those terms. I mean, conspiracy theorist, voter denier, anti-vaxxer, all those names that have been made. In the 60s, they had the trials with the CIA admitting to Project Mockingbird. And they said
they admitted it.
The 3 Ds. If they couldn't give enough disinformation, they would give disinformation. Then they would distract first, then give disinformation, or disinformation, distract. I don't know which one's first. And if that didn't work, then they would discredit whoever it was.
Right. You just bash their character.
You think about all these people over the years that have had their character destroyed.
That's what they do. And they'll see, the thing is, they'll call you the same thing that they're doing.
Yes.
I mean, you're a communist, and it's like, well, you're kind of the communist.
You're actually the one who's colluding with the Russians.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute, how's that work?
Who's sending emails with who? Yeah.
Hunter got how much money from the Moscow mayor's wife?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
He's very knowledgeable, though, in hookers and meth.
Very knowledgeable.
Have been like needing some consulting fees. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, if all that would come out, I mean, holy cow. Yeah. It's crazy.
We'll see. We'll see. It is crazy.
Directed evolution. Did you hear that term come out of the whole interview with Project Veritas?
No.
Instead of gain of function, it's directed evolution. Think about the madness, the mad scientist terms they use. It's the same thing. It's directed
my friend
evolution,
Shooty McBeardface, another great guy to follow on Twitter. If you need some good content, Shooty McBeardface, and he does like a lot of self-defense 2A. He goes out and does actual, like, he does a lot of practice, and he'll film himself practicing in real life situation kind of thing, like drawing his protection and all that kind of stuff. We can watch this later, but he's really cool. And he posted something about alligators and catfish. Is that what you're talking about?
Me? No. I got an alligator right here, though.
Very funny. No, what did you just call it, though?
Oh, directed evolution.
Yeah.
So they're directing evolution. They're creating the path for humanity is essentially what it is. And they're doing that through, it's also known as gain of function. They're just not calling it that. So they're directing the evolution of viruses. That was the whole thing. He's like, oh, well, we're going to mutate viruses so that, we're going to beat nature to the punch, because nature is going to naturally evolve these viruses and mutate these viruses. We're going to try and do that ahead of time.
Yes. Okay.
And create them before nature creates them. Then we can create the cure and we can sell it. But in the process, that could go terribly wrong. All you got to do is look at all the science experiments and all throughout literature and history. When you start monkeying with nature, things kind of go a little haywire and backfire on you. But that's what they're doing. They just have no moral compass. It's all about money. It's all about profits. It's all about just dominating things that they're never going to be able to dominate. bad things will happen when you don't know your limitations. But that's where they're at. That's where we're at. I mean, who knows what's been done? You know, genie's out of the bottle, I'm sure.
Behind the scenes, yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's probably horrific if you ever looked at it and knew about it.
Well, that's what he was talking about. And here it is. On this, it was a Gateway Pundit article. And he was saying scientists are using CRISPR editing gene to put alligator genes into catfish.
Why not?
And, you know, what other testing have they done that we don't know about?
Yeah, what kind of DNA is in the food you eat? In the corn, the genetically modified corn out in the field here when it grows. Well, what's in that? I mean, what are they crossbreeding things with to make it more resilient? I mean, and is it good for you to eat it? I mean, you know. We'll look back and we'll say, how could they have been so stupid back then? How did they not know what was going on? How did they not? I mean, it was all right in front of them. What's wrong with these people? How could they not? If I would have been there, I would have known it. I would have seen it. You know, and it wouldn't have happened on my watch. You know, through the lens of history, it becomes very clear.
Wonder, will they be like the dumbest time of history? Will it look back and it will look like a scene, you know, an episode of Idiocracy during this period of time, you know, where
put
we
that
had
green
Jerry
stuff
Springer,
on the plants, it'll grow.
Jerry Springer and people eating horrible things and, you know, taking your children to, you know, bizarre
indoctrination camps and
camps.
And watching colorful acts of debauchery.
Yes.
Oh yeah. It's strange. No, I was going to say, when you're talking about the war and how you depersonalize the enemy.
Yes.
And I mean, more and more so that's becoming, you know, it's happening because of technology. You look at drones and what you can do with drones. I mean, you know, Obama was a big drone president. He liked to shoot drones at people. And it's like, you can do that
bomber.
Thousands of miles away and you don't see the impact of what happens. I mean, you don't see the loss of life, you know, the destruction that causes. But as technology progresses, war gets depersonalized. And there's a great episode on the Black Mirror episodes on Netflix, but there's one about war and what they do. They have an implant, all the soldiers do, and they've got, you know, special equipment. And so they call them roaches. You know, you got to exterminate the roaches, and they got these ugly mutated faces, you know, so you go into these, you know, abandoned buildings and eliminate the roaches, and they're human beings, but they're not human. You know, they're mutated. We got to get rid of them because, you know, we can't have them populating the earth, you know, because they're tainted DNA and all this, the storyline. So these soldiers are doing the right thing. Well, until one of them breaks out of it and he realizes, oh my gosh, I can actually see. It's like they live, you know, I don't know how it happened, but he sees that they're actually people. And it's just they're being distorted through some mind control, you know, with the equipment, with the implant, and it makes him think that they're the enemy. But then he realizes, wait a minute, these are real people, and I've been killing them. And it's just, I mean, that's kind of, you know, sums up the art of war, I guess. You know, and that's
when we can see each other as the human
beings just trying to survive.
That we're all on this earth, and that's where there really is only one race, you know, when it gets down to it. And and every time we let them pit us against each other, you know, and deceive us, and separate us. And that's that thing, like, even in the moment we've been trained and encouraged, indoctrinated to be these right fighters. Well, I'm right. And I've got the link. I can prove, as long as you can prove it, boy, you can go die on that hill. But you know, that saying, you can be right or you can be happy. I think at some point, like, we can be humble and we can all be happy and together. And we don't have to pick every fight in the room, as long as everyone is, you know, as long as we're respecting each other's boundaries, not infringing on each other's freedom.
Yeah.
And that's where the boundary has to be.
Yeah. And I choose to regurgitate Bitcoin, you know, maximalism and apply it to Lightning. So and that's okay. That's why I get mad at me.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah.
Just got to get along. I mean, you know, we're just trying to survive here. We're just trying to make a better path forward. And you got to know who the real enemy is. And that's why you got to trust yourself. That's why you got to turn off all the projection stuff, all the mainstream media stuff, all the bought and paid for. I use this as an example in my video today. I'm like, okay, here's what you do. Watch the nightly news on the national channels for 1 week. Just watch it. Pick your channel, NBC, CBS, ABC. Well, it doesn't matter. Watch the nightly news because
They're
what
all
most
the same
of
anyway. So.
They are. It doesn't matter. But watch the commercials. Do it for a week consistently and watch the commercials and write down every sponsor, every commercial on a list, Monday, Tuesday, and then do a comparison and then realize these are the people who are paying for the news. So the people who are reading the teleprompter, do you really think they're going to say anything bad about those people who are paying for them? And basically they're bought and paid for by these companies. And when you realize who these companies are, then things start to make sense because that's where the money's coming from.
Yeah, it is the follow the money. And, you know, if the answer is destroy the money, get rid of the money,
reset the money,
reset
to a sound form of money.
Yeah.
Fixes a lot. Fixes a lot. It really does.
Go back to bartering. Yeah. Find new value in each other and having, you know, knowing your neighbor and, you know, and Bix mentioned it the other day on X22. And I had this epiphany, I don't know, a while back. And I don't know if I said it with public or with you. And I said, well, most of America lives month to month. Mm-hmm. So the reality is, barely month, especially with eggs now. But now, like, if and when the banks go down, the big crash happens, dollar here ends up like Pakistan and the currency totally devalues, which, you know, Saudi Arabia is now denounced the US dollar as the world reserve currency. They're
breaking away.
So it's not if, it's when, it's coming. Then the little guy really won't be the one that's hurt because they don't have the stack of Benjamins or the savings, you know what I mean? Or the big accounts that are now worth nothing, that are devalued. They're just still living month to month. So it's like, oh, wait, now what are we doing? We're doing what now? You know what I mean? And not that it won't be a struggle for all of us, you know, whatever that transition looks like. Mm-hmm. But if you're used to going month to month and the system changes and everybody's in that boat, well, everybody's in that boat. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when the Great Infection happened. We were all in that boat together. Everything changed.
Completely get it. There is, you know, if you've got, and this is where I feel bad about people who haven't awakened to that fact yet and who have all their money locked up in retirement thinking that I worked my whole life, I put my money away, and if they get to that point and then it's just gone. I mean, I really feel bad for people like that. That's really, if anything, that's my mission, to wake those people up. Hopefully they'll hear something that says, you know what, I should hedge my bet somehow. Maybe I should get a little silver in my possession. Maybe I should get a little crypto, you know, like Litecoin. Put it, because, you know, the exponential return on that when the system collapses, you're not going to need a whole lot because not everybody's going to have it. You know how many people I know that don't have any silver? Just don't have it. And they have money. I mean, they've done well in the old system that still works for them. But when it doesn't work anymore, what are they going to have? I mean, poof, overnight, all those dollars go poof, and they have nothing except what they have in their possession. I mean, you don't want to be in that situation. At least hedge your bet a little bit, you know? I mean, just don't have to go all in. Just do a little bit to, you know, so you'll feel, I'm telling you, if you've never had silver in your hand and you have it in your hand, you'll be like, I kind of like having this in my hand. I feel good about it, you know, and it gives you just a better sense of security, I guess. And then if you've never made a transaction in Litecoin wallet to wallet and you don't realize the power of what that is, then do it, because download a wallet and do it. And, you know, that's why we do the meetups, you know, so that we can send transaction and they understand, wow, it's that easy. Now I can do what I want with this. Nobody can stop me. It's pretty empowering. You know, bank, I try and send a wire and look at the hassle I go through. I can't get anything done, but this, I can just send it $1 million for less than a penny. Boom, you know,
walking through airports, doing whatever. Whatever
doesn't exist. You're a ghost. You just exit the system. You float out of the vampire casino. And there's nothing they can do.
Our buddy Pimpy wants to join us. I meant to. I asked him a few weeks ago if he could join us. And
so we making this like we got another hour and a half then?
I was gonna say, do you have time?
I got plenty of time.
I just sent him a link.
Get Pimpy on the line.
Get Pimpy on the line.
red
Let's see what
phone
he
out.
has to say.
Pimpy's
I brought an extra chair, but he's all the way in California, so
well, he'll just sit on your
it
lap.
might take him a
You know
while.
that is.
It might take him a while to get here. Oh my gosh.
If you haven't met
Yeah.
Pimpy, you're in for a treat.
Oh, he's a great guy. Yeah, he comes to some of our meetups too. I'm still trying to line out. So right now we're looking at either the end of March, but then that's so close to the Team Mighty event that I didn't want people to have to choose, because Mia's birthday is April 15th.
Right.
So we always try to do it around then, which I guess we could move up her birthday, but I really need to do it in Oklahoma.
Okay.
And I don't think everybody wants to spend their spring break in Oklahoma. It's a great place, but not a lot to do.
I'm
for
trying to get my
spring break
daughter
here.
to look at some schools down there, but she's set on Florida. She's set on, she wants to go to Alabama. And I'm like, hey, do you see how much that costs for out-of-state tuition? It's absolutely ridiculous. It's like the worst place you can possibly go. Or she wants to go to a couple of schools in Florida, which are actually cheaper. And I'm kind of like,
oh, really?
Go to Florida. So that's why if we do a meetup in Florida,
go to Florida so Aunt Lisa can come visit her.
There you go. Bring punch and pie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
I don't know what that means, but
sure. No, it's a South Park episode. It's like he's gonna go to the meeting. I'm not going. We got punch and pie. All right, I'm there. Punch and pie.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, fat kid punch and pie.
Yes, Julius, we are the new 1%. If you hold silver, you are the new 1%.
Absolutely. I mean, the premiums are down right now. It's actually a really good time to buy some silver.
I was gonna say, and I've got to show you, like the it'll just take me a second.
And when Litecoin pumps over the weekend, you can buy silver with Litecoin on a couple of websites. JM Bullion does it. I think Andy Sheckman takes cryptocurrency for it.
You cannot buy it from anyone except
there you go.
Andy Sheckman. You can
and he'll take crypto.
Buy with crypto, but you can what you can do is email him Andy@milesfranklin.com and tell him Lisa sent you.
Yep.
And then he will deal with you personally and or get like one of his family deals for our friends. So this was Johnny's right after we did the show, and I was like, Johnny knows. Gold prices surged to an all-time high in Pakistan as the country is being plagued by major currency devaluation. Get into hard assets now as this will continue to happen all over the world in the next few years.
He's right. That's what always happens. Remember Venezuela? Venezuela, when they went through all that turmoil, gold, I mean, everybody wanted gold because they know the system's dying and they know that fiat currency is becoming worthless, and they wanted something that's going to preserve their wealth through that time. I mean, that's what these assets are perfect for. When you go through a transition where you have economies collapsing and governments failing, if the U.S. government fails, I don't care if you got 1 million Federal Reserve notes, what's it going to be worth? Who's going to take them? Because it's the only power it has is that it's backed by the government. Well, government ain't around. There ain't nothing. So you want money outside the governmental system, money that exists everywhere. And gold and silver have always done that. And now you've got worldwide currencies called cryptocurrency that do that. Litecoin, way undervalued. Bitcoin, I mean, it's a great asset to have, but I'm looking at Litecoin as way undervalued to Bitcoin. And by June, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Saying.
I emailed the link to you, Pimpy, because it wouldn't go through on text.
Really?
Yeah.
I love technology. Litecoin always works.
Here's the link. Check your email.
Just looking at the chat here. Thanks for being here, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Yes, we appreciate you guys.
Yeah, we're a little late today. We usually do this at 4 p.m., but Central Time.
I was traversing all over Oklahoma, so.
Yep, she was out. She was out.
Here's our friend Pimpy.
Searching for wares.
Searching for silver. I try to find silver that people don't realize what it is what I try to do. What's up, Pimpy? Can you hear us?
What's going on, peeps?
What's going on,
What's doing, bro?
How's your Friday?
There's a leg. I was like, where the hell's this leg coming from? There it is. We are good.
Are we all wearing sunglasses?
I say we were talking about the leg earlier. Oh, you said lag. I got you. We had a big
Do you
leg.
have sunglasses,
I
Westwood?
don't have
Yes.
any. Hang on.
No, wait a
I
minute.
might-
Is this right? Clinton does not have a drink in his hand. I notice.
No,
I know
no.
people keep
He
saying that.
came in late. If he were here at
Oh,
the
there
beginning of
you
the show,
go.
Mm.
he came
Red
in late.
Solo Cup. I
Don't
cheer
sing.
you
Don't
up.
sing. Don't sing. Don't sing.
Proceed
I
the
get in trouble.
party. As
They
we all
like
sing.
nail my channel every time.
I know,
Something's
right?
Hey, so I heard you guys talking about all the fun-loving conspiracy things that are out there.
Yeah.
You know, my friend calls me from over there overseas, and he says, "Hey, Pimpy, this thing is way bigger than you think." I said, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Our intelligence agencies over here overseas we realized they've infiltrated everything, TV, medicine, court systems." And I said, you know what? Come to think of it, they have here too. Our Dr. Malone say that Moderna is CIA. They created Moderna. If you think about Anderson Cooper and all the other people that are in the media, they're all CIA. If you
Vanderbilt
look at what
family, you look at their history.
yeah,
I mean, they're all
and
part
then
of these
I was talking
families.
about it had been about 3 months ago to people. I said in 2016 there was a ridiculous amount of former CIA people running for political office, and I was like, wait a minute. If you start to think about it, they are not, and they're also collaborating with other intelligence, our Five Eyes nations as well,
Correct.
to circumvent our constitutions by having them do something that they can't do and to push the information over to them. So they're in our social media. They're in our mainstream media.
They
They're
created
in
the
our
social
medicine.
media.
They're in
Let's
our
be
court
honest.
systems. I mean,
Mhm.
it's people. Oh, it's the deep state. It's the deep state, all right. It's the intelligent agencies pushing this agenda.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, and then you look back at the history of the presidency. How many former presidents were either CIA, FBI first? Is it all CIA? Hoover, Bush.
CIA is what I'm finding, and not for the presidents, but I'm talking about
Yeah, the
CIA
presidents.
and FBI agents both.
Well, Papa Bush for sure.
Politicals. Well, yeah, Bush
Yeah,
definitely.
that was an obvious one.
Yeah.
He ran the CIA.
Well,
for a while.
FBI, Hoover was FBI because he had that
Right.
giant porn collection
Mhm.
that he said that he was looking out for America, and he was just
He
having
sure
them.
was.
He
Mhm.
was having them create a porn collection for himself. So he
But
was
it's
using them.
really bad. And I go, if you put it all together, the bad people, if you think about this, the intelligent, our intelligent agencies, especially the CIA and FBI. If you
Mhm.
think about this, they have the ability to spy on everybody. So there's certain politicians they're going to let go forward
That's why they
because
locked.
they're corrupt.
That's why Snowden lives elsewhere.
Oh yeah, and then I go, I was arguing with this person, and they're going, "Oh look, I see Legend in the chat there,"
Yep.
and they said, "Oh come on, Pimpy, are they really in the media?" And I go, "Are you nuts? Do you think Anderson Cooper is actually worth $20 million a year for what? That's just so
No
you can
ratings.
sleep at night and not tell the truth. That's what those big monies are for. These people get paid millions of dollars to lie to you, all right?
Yep.
And the big money is to keep them, sleeping peacefully at night. I mean, people don't know this, but Anderson Cooper is a Vanderbilt. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Correct.
And Kathy Griffin is his big brother.
Yes, Kathy Griffin. And the funny thing is, well, it's not funny, but people don't know this, but Kathy Griffin's brother got arrested for pedophilia. And I was like, yep, that's their thing over there in Hollywood.
That's part of it, though. That's who they want, and that's how they compromise you. That's what they get you involved in at a young age.
Yeah,
they're
well,
probably
that's
all
everybody.
abused.
They're compromised. That's how they control them all. And that includes
Absolutely.
a lot of these politicians that we have running our government. So people will say, well, what is the resolution? What do you mean, what is the resolution? There's 327 Americans here in the United States that own over 300 million rifles, guns. What do you think the solution is? All right, if our military, the Pentagon, is compromised, our judiciary system is compromised, all the way up to the Supreme Court, and our local judges are compromised, and they're activists more than they are judges. If our media is compromised, if our intelligence agencies are compromised, if the WHO and the CDC organizations are compromised, well, what is the results? How do you fix it? You can't go to the media. They're corrupt. Can't go to the judiciary system. They're corrupt. So what do you do? That is the resolution. There's nothing left to do but to revolt.
You text it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but people go, why do you really want to kill your own citizens? No, I don't.
No.
But trust
We
me,
don't, but they
if
do.
they continue down this path, I absolutely positively don't have any issue with it whatsoever.
But Pimpy, in that situation, who are you fighting? I believe most Americans would be if you could have the honest conversation where they weren't afraid to say what they really felt, and if you could look at someone in the face as a human and say, look, yeah, we might have, differing opinions about these little things, but at the core moral beliefs and freedom, the Constitution, do you believe in these things, and do you believe we should turn away if there was a tyrannical situation? I believe there's no one to fight except the swamp, and that's
No,
a
I mean,
handful
that's it.
of
I don't
people
think that your
that
fellow
you're
citizens are
fighting.
not going to fight you. They
Yeah,
don't
you're
want
not
this.
fighting your fellow
It's
citizens.
one thing to have political differences or opinion differences. It's another when it's time to draw arms up against your neighbor. They're going to be like, is this really worth it?
Right.
No, not against each other,
Not
but against those
against each
people who
other.
keep dividing us
Mhm.
and controlling us and trying to push us into this agenda. It absolutely is. And that's what the whole Second Amendment is about. I see once again, I literally just told everybody about 4 or 5 months ago, get ready for a whole new wave of mass shootings. I guarantee it, because that's the big problem they have. They want to control the United States.
It's the
and
guns.
It's not
They
going as
need the
smooth as they
guns.
thought it would. You know what I mean? So it's just they're locking people up associated with Trump just to try to get dirt or make them create dirt. And they're not doing it. They'd rather do the jail time. And that says a whole lot. Look, you don't have to like Trump. That's fine. I mean, you don't have to like what he does. But the one thing that's probably the most impressive about him is, let's be honest, this guy for the past 7 to 8 years has had, all of our all 17 of our intelligent agencies, the Five Eyes Nations, every mainstream media reporter out there crawling through his ass with a fine-tooth comb, and they can't find anything. They absolutely have been fabricating all these crimes. Man, that's amazing, because if you just said, you got $1 million, Pimpy, I'm going to put a gun to your head, you got to make a bet. Is Trump guilty of some crime? I would have said, yeah, I'm sure he is. I just don't know what it is. Nope. I would have been wrong, and I'd have lost my money.
Right.
Because if they have to fabricate bullshit crimes like they're doing, like they locked
that
up
means they can't even find anything.
They can't find anything. Look, and look, for those of you who don't believe in God, I'm going to show you right now God exists. 2 things that'll blow your mind. One is, when people start talking about what is the cure for the, the Rona.
Yes.
And then they said that horse paste. Oh, don't take the horse paste. Well, the people are taking the horse paste. Guess what? Have a large number of people who are getting cured of cancer. See how God works? Did you know that? So it's curing people of cancer. The other thing that's mind-blowing is I noticed that every time the left attacks people about a certain subject, then all of a sudden, shortly after that, we find out that they are the ones that now they're being exposed for the same thing. The whole documents with the FBI raids with Trump, the raid over there, is this bull crap. But then all of a sudden, what do we find out? The person who's actually done this is, Joe Biden. And he did it when he was a senator, and he didn't have the ability, he didn't have the right to do it. And he did as vice president. He didn't have a right to do it. See, all these false, lawsuits against Trump, all it is, it's meant to just tell the whole world, if you dare be an outsider and try to get to where he's at, then guess what? This is how we're going to put you through. We're going to do everything we can to bankrupt you. See, that's the thing about Trump, man. This guy has the money to fight back. He has the means, the voice to fight back. But us small people, can you imagine going through this crap? You don't have a way to fight back like these. How many people have been locked up, and people destroyed that didn't have the ability to fight back?
Gensler even admitted. We're trying to find the video, but several people have talked to us about it. We're trying to find the exact video. So if anybody can find the exact video, please send it to me. Where he admits that the SEC specifically targets people or smaller groups, like went after Kim Kardashian, the George Foreman grill guy, some of those other ones, and stays away from Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, these big guys, because they can defend themselves.
They are.
Well, but they go after the little one. They go after the little guy.
Yeah.
Reggie Middleton, all that, because you can't defend yourself. You can't possibly.
What do they say? Oh, they're rogue employees that did this. Rogue employees. Look, there's a couple of things that people are going to realize here, just depending on the direction things go, that whether I'm on the fence here when it comes to Elon Musk. But the fact that Elon Musk bought Twitter and made it a true free speech platform is huge. More people now are waking up to the BS about the Rona than ever before. The truth is getting out there. So he's going to be a hero. People like James O'Keefe from Project Veritas, man. This thing he just did recently,
it's huge.
Is huge. I mean, that is big. And now the Republicans are like, no, we got to investigate. The problem is we still got a very large amount of Republicans that are not Republicans. Right? They're rhinos, and they're part of this. They're two sides of the same evil coin. And you have to be able to stop listening to
Rona McDaniel just got put back in as the RNC.
The swamp is still there. The swamp is still there. But the thing is...
But I think it's there so that we'll walk away from it.
Well, yeah, because
you can't walk away from this. Face. You have to turn around and squash the bugs, if you get my drift. People are like, well, what do? We just get them out of office? And no, they'll just regroup and figure out a way to come back a different way. So, what is the alternative to it? It's not going to be jail time, because how long until one of the swamp creatures get in there and then pardon them all, and then we have to deal with them all over again? So what happened last time?
That's where we are here.
Yeah, I mean, me and Peter Stroke, the FBI guy, I'm talking about Peter Stroke, remember him?
Yeah, Strzok,
Strzok or whatever the hell's name. So we had a back and forth on Twitter, and freaking idiot reported me because I said, "Shut up, you freaking traitor! You should die a traitor's death and hang." And they reported me for wishing violence on a person. I was like, "What an asshole!" But yeah,
you're like, I'm just reading.
You can't do that for those of you on Twitter. Don't say that kind of stuff because you get in trouble.
Right?
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are asking what happened to me. Just so you guys know, once again, I am on YouTube suspension, a 2-week one. It's so stupid because all I did was play a clip from the mainstream media, and they're like, well, we didn't like what they said. Well, it's on YouTube. I didn't say it. It comes from your guys' material. Why am I doing 2 weeks?
I've gotten in I got a strike for that before. Amy used to come on my Tuesday shows, and she put on this thing, and I was like, I've told you, like, we can't show that. And she's like, but they show it on the mainstream media. I was like, I know they're allowed. We're not. There's different rules.
I wish somebody would buy YouTube and make it a free speech platform. Do you understand how insane that would be between Twitter and YouTube?
Yeah.
I mean, I know people are like, for those of you out there, yes, finally, 500 years later, I'm going to open up a freaking Rumble. I've been opening it up. I have to figure out how to work it. But like, I'm like the one person is like, not the most tech savvy, but
it's the same with me. It's Pimpy. It's the same with us though. And the reason why is because all the tools are there for YouTube because it was formed by a three-letter agency. Facebook, same thing. They created the internet ghetto and it made it easy for you to walk into it. And so that's what it is. It's an internet ghetto. I mean, so you don't create a website anymore, your own website. No, we'll just create a Facebook page. And then when they shut it down, you're like, oh, the business, they got their menus and their hours of operation on there. Well, guess what? Nobody's going to find them anymore because they don't have their own website. And there's issues with their own website and ICANN and all that stuff. But it's more free than it is, going into their casino and playing in it, the vampire casino. And my point is, how do you?
Hey! Now be nice to casinos. They give you free alcohol.
I know. Well, they're all casinos. So I guess
I was just going to ask you about that pink cat. I was like, where the hell's my pink cat?
I got my pink glasses on. But the thing about the vampires is, how do you expose them? Well, you put light on them. You put the light of truth on them. And if you go back, I mean, this is rather than engage them with arms, which we shouldn't have to do at this point, because I think it may come to that. But what happens is, if it's truly an information war, and Alex Jones coined that 2 decades ago, and that's really what it is. And that's what you're seeing now. You're seeing the information come out, and enough people have to wake up and say, all right, now I get it. And then,
by the way, you say vampire, right? Did you say vampires? You know why vampires drink blood?
They need the energy.
No, I mean, energy. They can't go out in the sun. They need to get their vitamin D somewhere.
No, that's true. Vitamin D is important.
Hey, wait a minute. If vampires can't go in the sun, maybe that's why they drink blood.
And think about this.
They get vitamin D.
I'm serious.
It's like one of those stupid things that go through my head. I'm like, wait a minute,
You're 100% right.
This is what I do all day, sitting around, think about stupid crap like that.
And what do vampires not like? They don't like garlic. What's garlic do? See, it kills all these viruses and all these bacteria and all these things.
Yeah.
I mean, so it kills all the bad stuff. So, I mean, all the analogies and parables are right there in front of you, and you've all believe it, in the storybook. But now we're looking at real life. They're vampires, and so all this stuff, it makes sense now. and you start doing those things and you start applying those to your life. We all have to do that.
Hey,
and
so
again,
let me ask you guys heard me rambling on about what's going on around the world. What is the resolution in your guys' opinion? What do you suggest? I mean, right now I'm at the point where there's no other alternative.
I agree. We can
So-
just preach about it, but what's the solution? Lisa,
What's our
the
energy? What's our energy? How do we store our energy? When you labor, you store your energy to be used later at a later time in your money, right?
Is that code for like bullets? Is that what you're doing? Energy bullets? You storing them up? I'm not sure if you're using code on
Well,
here.
it could be. I mean, you
I'm
know,
not. I'm just
Don't tell me
speaking
we're going to be like
English.
Nikki.
No.
Is that what you say? You know,
I'm just speaking English.
we're going to kill them with love. No, we're not. I'm not
No.
lobbing no love bombs at them.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying they are dependent on us. The money, our work, we are the slave labor for them. They don't work. We create currency, we create money, we create energy, which we store in money. We need to quit putting it in their bank, in their money. We need to put it in our own bank where we control it, not the Fed and their secret societies where we're walking into a jail cell every night with our energy. We need to put it in gold, silver.
So then how do you round up the
Bitcoin,
masses and
Litecoin.
say this is the solution? Here is the path.
So here's the thing.
This is
You
what
don't
we
have
need
to,
do.
Pimpy. You don't have to. 3% is what got saved or started the revolution.
Don't kill
the
this,
Revolutionary
please. I was
War.
hoping you're going to do this.
No.
right. You
Stay
know
with me.
what the 3% is, just so you
Stay
know.
with me. Stay
Oh,
with
because I work with the 3%ers. That's why.
No. So stay with me.
I'm going.
3% is all it took. The majority of people, wouldn't you say, are followers. There are only a few leaders in this world. And the majority of people are followers. And they're going to be followers tomorrow. So if the leaders will do the right thing, store their energy, take back their energy, get out of the slave system, get out of the vampire casino, as Westwood says, when we create energy, we need to put it somewhere. We need to have our own keys. We need to have our possession of our energy. We need to have all those choices, not having it put somewhere under contracts and trusts and things that we don't have any control over, that we walk into that jail cell every night. No more of that. We control our own energy. And then tomorrow, guess what? The leaders went this way. Guess where? Have you ever seen Lemmings? They show those movies of lemmings running off the cliff, whatever. They'll just follow us. But we have to do it first.
Okay, just because it's just driving me crazy, just so you're aware, the 3%ers, that what it is it's an average of 3% of the people that have ever had successful revolutions. It only took 3% of the people. So that's where the 3%ers come from.
Yes.
That's a reminder that, hey, look, all successful revolutions started with the 3%ers. And so, I mean, it gets more detailed than I'm just...
Good. I thought it was going to be some...
If you've got 3% of the population who are devoted and their mind is set and it says we've got to find a new way forward and they're not backing down, they'll give up everything for the cause. If you've got 3% of the people to do that, I mean, their heroic efforts and what they do, people will follow.
The biggest fear for these so-called deep state people, you got to understand that the American citizens are the world's largest army.
Yes.
They have over 300 million weapons.
Or do
you know what I mean? So
this
is why they desperately want to take it from us.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand, I can't tell you how much willpower it takes to keep from punching my TV to death every time I hear one of these lefty idiots go, you don't need a machine gun to hunt deer. I was like, I swear to God, if I could punch you to
this. It's not why I have it.
Yeah.
It might be for you lefties because you guys are idiots and don't know how to handle guns. So you might need that fully automatic.
The funny thing is, though, see, it is an information war because if you go back and you look at what happened this week, Gavin Newsom was walking down the street with, I think, NBC reporter walking down the street. And he's talking about how the Second Amendment's it's broken, it's horrible, and it's just does more destruction than anything. But behind him in suits, armed security agents with weapons, with guns. And so when people look at that, and if they can get their mind to click and say, wait a minute, this guy's telling us we shouldn't have them. However, the only reason he can walk down the street is because he has armed guards. The only reason Justin Trudeau can walk down the street when everybody's yelling at him, screaming at him, F you, F you.
Clint, you see the video of him the other day with armed guards? He almost didn't make it into that building. I was like, oh, get him.
I know.
Man. I was like,
and see, that's the thing, though. They're trying to preach to you. And once you get your head around that and break the mind control and take the fluoride out of your water and quit drinking it, and you start realizing, wait a minute, this guy only walks down the street because he's got armed guards, and he's telling us we need to be disarmed.
Yeah, so with all these freaking idiots, lefties, letting all these violent prisoners out, they're doing all these attacks on Asians and Jews and you name it, whatever, whoever they're attacking, they're killing people. There's pedophilia, there's rape. You got people coming across the border that's never been vetted. They've caught 70 known people on terrorist lists. What about the number of people that made it across?
They got through.
Yeah, so and then we have a government, a tyrannical government, and you're trying to tell me I don't need my gun?
Right.
Are you nuts?
If you're a landowner on the southern
I'm in
border,
California right now. You know what we had about 2 years ago? We had all these wildfires that went crazy, right? And they're going, climate control. No, why don't you speak about the 204 climate activists that lit fires that you let back out of prison? They don't talk about that. Over here, talk about the reservoirs, the drought. Nope. Did you guys explain to people that you drained our reservoirs to fix the dams? No, we know locally
and diverted
there's repairs.
Yeah.
But
all
the
that
mainstream
water
media goes, "Oh my God,
it's
it's drought. It's climate control." Man, I swear,
it's artificial scarcity. And see, again, it's information. Once you realize they're controlling the supply chains and breaking them on purpose, they're making energy expensive. Here in the Midwest in Illinois, listen, I'm in Illinois. All right. I got a governor, J.B. Prickster, who is the Hyatt Regency family, billionaires, all of them. His sister was chief of staff for somebody. I don't know. She was involved in the Obama administration, I think. But I mean, they're all what they are. And he, in a lamed up General Assembly here just a couple of weeks ago, before the new crop came in, before noon, passed an assault weapons ban in Illinois. Well, immediately after that, what happened? Sheriffs, local sheriffs all over the place. My local sheriff in this county said, we're not going to enforce it. Not going to enforce it. And he comes out and says, you swore an oath to the law. You're going to be removed if you don't follow the law. Now, wait a minute. They swore an oath to the Constitution, though. Constitutional law, not statute, not something that the congressman passed. That's why we have a republic, to protect against these insane laws.
I've interviewed Sheriff Mack, and I said, there has to be something in the law that says when these guys are so blatantly committing crimes and violating our Constitution, can't we just go in there and pull them out of office? That's a sticky situation, but no, you have to vote them out of office. I said, I like my version way better than yours. Anyways, talk about gun confiscation. You see, they did a test run over there in Prince Edward Island up in Canada. It did not go over very well.
No,
they try to confiscate their guns, and new people are like, so no, we don't just catch tuna up here. That's not all we do. We know how to use these guns. And the police found out really quick. They were like,
and think about that. Who's going to do the gun confiscation? It's going to be the police, right? Or the military? Because these guys in suits aren't going to do it.
It won't be the military.
No. So they've got right. So if the military's not going to do it, and the local police don't do it, the sheriff won't do it. And let's say they do. Let's say the local officers that they put in charge.
You get some idiots that'll go for it.
Why do they do it, though? Ask yourself, why do they do it? What's the reason behind that they will do it and follow the order?
Who knows? I mean, it could be many things. They're leftist idiots. They're brainwashed.
It could be.
They're given a lot of money. I mean, why is
I think it's the money.
$20 million a year.
It's the money. I mean, a lot of them,
sellouts.
Good people, they want to do the right thing, but they don't do the right thing because it's like, I'll lose my pension. I'll lose the money.
Yeah, don't sell out your damn ethics or morals. If it's wrong, don't do it because karma's
exactly.
a bitch.
That's
when you
what
go to
has
confiscate
to happen.
a gun, guess what? It's your ass that's going to get shot first just because of karma. All right. I was just listening to this lieutenant. I'm going to do a video on this guy, and he said he's really super concerned that a true insurrection is going to happen on this next election. He says, look, if this doesn't go the way
we're not going to even get there.
Yeah, because the media is lying about the amount of people who are truly hating Trump or really following this agenda or want to do it. They're lying. They're lying their ass off. And so he said, look, and it's going to be, this is what he said. He said, it's going to be led by our own military. Oh yeah, go ahead. 17th letter movement. People start talking right now. Go ahead. Go. Oh yeah, I remember 17th. Oh man, I don't know if that's truly where it came from, but I'm just telling you, this guy said it. He's like our own military.
So the green light go is a 17th letter statement. The green comet will be closest to the Earth on February 1st. State of the Union is the 6th or the 7th. I can't remember.
Of February?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is it that late?
Yeah.
I don't even know when it's scheduled
well,
for. When is
that's what I heard today.
State of the Onion.
The State of the Union is, I believe, the 6th or the 7th. There's all New Zealand, Taiwan, Vietnam prime ministers all stepped down. Not were removed, but stepped down. We have what's going on in Brazil.
And the New Zealand one was replaced by an even worse one.
Oh yeah, he was bad. But again,
but it hasn't been replaced
in
yet.
Your face. Even more in your face.
Yeah.
Well, look, you're seeing governments. 17 governments around the world are being overthrown, and the media doesn't.
How many, Pimpy? How many?
17. Pimpy? Yeah.
17.
Oh God, here they come. Yeah, with the 17.
There you go.
So look, Sri Lanka had the best one. They came out with some demands that I did a report on. I absolutely love. They said any and all debt related to the IMF or World Bank, we're not paying back. We're not going to pay back any of the debt. And that's what we want, a debt jubilee. Now, debt that we owe personally to other people or child support, that's different. But all other debt that the bank has generated, foreclosures, everything
it's
else,
all fake.
Go kiss our butt.
It's all fake money.
Yeah, they overthrew their government. Yeah.
And so for those of you who don't know, the Federal Reserve, the first dollar that's created from the Federal Reserve has interest attached. So when you have to pay back that first dollar, where do you get the additional dollars? Well, they have to be borrowed into existence to pay back the old debt. Well, with the new money that comes into existence, there's more debt attached. And so that's why you have $30+ trillion debt for the United States, because every dollar you create, Federal Reserve note you create, has more debt attached. So it's a big Ponzi scheme.
Well, that's why you get these stimulus checks, because we're a debt-based economy.
Yes.
You know, people have to be out there spending money or else the economy fails.
Right.
So that's why with this economy looking bad and people are saving money, that hurts the economy. They're like, go out there and spend money. Look, the economy, they are lying so bad about our numbers. The true number for unemployment is 24.4%.
Oh, it's
inflation
outrageous.
is above 16%. You know, it's like
because if you've got 3 jobs, they count that as three jobs when one person's doing it. It's like, oh, we had added all these jobs, 10 million jobs we added. Well,
you know how many jobs they actually added over the last 9 months?
Probably negative.
10,000.
Yeah, so there you go.
And 90% of them are part-time.
Right.
That's
it. You got 3 part-time jobs.
When is the Eagles game? This
Sunday,
weekend?
I think. Yeah.
Sunday?
Yeah.
That's another thing. They said they were greasing poles. And this
is an after-hour show. Look out.
Wait, I was going to say, what are you talking about? I got my pole greased.
Let me get my dollar bills. Hang on.
Lord. Anyway, they said they were...
get my pink hat on, right? Dance.
Hey, where's my future baby mama?
She doesn't watch the show.
No.
But she's too busy.
But I do have this.
Oh yeah, dude, that was the best prank we ever pulled. He damn near fell off the ledge there and into the water.
I know.
Mitch screamed like a girl.
And got him.
I was like, I get a habit of buying expensive shit and just leaving it around. Did you get the fishing poles too?
I did. I got the fishing poles. I got the alligator. I took all the good stuff.
Yeah, the alligator hit's cool.
I know.
You gotta bring that to prank people. If you're by the water, you gotta pull that like you know what I mean? Like
that was a good one. I have to admit, that was a good one. You in public. Holy cow.
Where's the other thing?
Hey, let's always have fun when we go out, man. Last time was fun.
We do.
Even when that chick tried to grab the damn roses out of my hand. That was intense.
That was very intense. There was a lot going on.
And Lisa's trying to put together another meetup. Look out, Pimpy.
Well, I am. So
somebody said there's something going on in Washington. Did you guys just do it, or is there something coming up in Washington?
No,
we're not going to DC.
We aren't going there.
Somebody hit me up on Twitter and said, Pimpy, look, I'll send you money to go to the Washington event. I was like, is that something Lisa's doing? What event are we talking about?
I don't think so.
That could be the deep state setting me up. They're going to fly me out there. And
I was going to say.
They're just shogging me or something, God
make sure you text me first to confirm, because that was not me. But I'm kind of a little torn, because we were talking about doing the meetup like sometime in March. So then it
March,
looks like
Vegas. What'd you say? Yep, that'll work.
No, the end of March, maybe Florida again.
My birthday's in March. Vegas.
But when is your birthday?
March 20th.
March 20th.
Vegas. We'll get a
We
lot
could
of
do
people.
an early one.
320
maybe.
and we owe you one, right?
And then, so here's my dilemma: is in Mia's birthday is that we do the Team Mighty
15th.
fundraiser and remember my daughter every year, and we have a champion and a warrior this year to celebrate, and so that'll be the next month, like on 4/15. And I don't want people like going, oh, well, which one am I going to go to, and then not go to the Team Mighty event because they spent all their money going to a month before or 3 weeks before.
Well,
I don't want it to be so close.
Comped from the Cosmopolitan because I smacked their jackpots really big. I mean, last time.
Can you get us like a private room for a meetup there?
Penthouse suite.
Yeah, I mean, no. Here's the thing, man. They ran out of rooms for me at the Cosmopolitan, sent me to Bellagio. The room was ridiculously huge. I mean, I was like, "What? They're like, we'll take care of you, Mr. Freeman. Come on in." When I walked into the line, I went in line because I was pissed at the comp because I won like $71,000, and they're like, "Oh, they're trying to comp
Set it up."
$71,000.
Now I heard what was going on. I go, just tell me the truth. Why are you out there just stalling? You know, just say we got the really big multi-million-dollar comp rooms. That's all that's left, but you're not that big. You know what I mean? So I went next door to Bellagio. I was standing in line. This lady come over, security guard. I go, oh God, what did I do? She's like, we understand you had a good day, Mr. Freeman. Yep, I did. Come right this way. And they walked me right over to this special area. I signed a piece of paper and they called me. And I was in there. This room is so big. I mean, it was unbelievable. And then I turned around with the bar. Said, so how much are the drinks? He said, huh? I said, how much are the drinks? He goes, what do you mean? Everything is comped. I put my hand on his shoulder. I start acting like I was crying. He's like, is there something wrong? I was like,
I'm in heaven.
I love you. He's like, start laughing. I was like, oh yeah, it's on now.
And then 30 hours later, he's still drinking.
Yeah, I haven't stopped.
9 o'clock in the morning. Yep.
All that stemmed from me coming back from when I was in Tennessee for when I seen Dr. Peter McCullough over there. On the way there, nice. I hit $1,400 on a slot machine because I was talking to Dr. Ron Neer, and he's like, how much money you got for drink? I go, about $300, man. He goes, that's not enough. I said, well, hold on. I'm in Vegas. Let me put 20 in this machine. 2 spins later, I got $1,400. I go, God said I got an additional $1,400. He's like, what? On the way back, drinking. They screw up my flight, charge me 3 times for the same ticket, put me in negative dollars. I have $20 in my pocket. I'm at the Cosmopolitan acting like I'm playing on machine because Southwestern Airlines claimed I missed my flight, even though I proved it to them on text that they changed it. They were just saying we have to talk to corporate. I mean, it was a terrible, terrible 2 days. And I'm sitting there and I got $20 acting like I'm playing so I could drink. And Lee goes, hey, man, you're going to have to play that sooner or later. I was like, oh, man. 3rd spin in, 4th spin in. Wham! I hit the
he says, look at me.
The big one, the grand.
This doesn't smack of play or nothing does. Come on.
Yeah.
I was like, there we go, $68,000. I'll take it. So
your birthday is on a Monday, Pimpy.
Me and Jesus have the same birthday.
The Friday before is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, what a weekend.
Is it? Well, me and Jesus are special. So come join us.
I see a green light in our future. Something green.
So I don't know. Maybe we could do that.
Well, just think about it. If not, I get it.
A Vegas thing in
oh God, what is that? Charlie G? Is that one of those? What is this?
Charlie G. He's the man.
Hyphen. Are you one of these Russell full people? What is this? Hyphen?
No, he's a good friend of ours.
No, Charlie's a good dude.
Yeah, Charlie's a good dude. He's fam. Yeah.
He likes to bust.
I wanted to go release a video before I went on suspension. They held it up, but I'm getting ready to release it. I was like, look, there's lots of these loonies. I'm going to show we got the Queen of Canada, the King of England, Jesus Christ, and Russell J. Full, man. All of them just saying the same crap. I'm like, oh my God, how do these people get to where they are? It's just amazing. I mean, have you heard about
the
this
big
lady
video
in Canada?
tubers? Yeah.
She calls herself a queen. She's a Filipino that went there when she was a teenager, and she is a self-proclaimed queen, and she has tens of thousands of followers, and she's been telling her followers to kill the leaders that have been pushing the vax. And I'm like, oh, well, some.
How is she able? That's okay. That's the other thing. Like, okay, that Russell Brand guy, he can
Russell
say
Brand.
anything. You know who Russell Brand
J.
is?
Fool?
No. Russell Brand. He has like a farting crow in the beginning of his
I know you're talking about.
videos.
I
and
thought you were just missing it up.
all that. No, he can say anything he wants on his channel. He does not have to have this logo that's above Westwood's shoulder. He doesn't have to follow any of the rules that we have to dance around and all this. And so I'm like, so is he on the inside and he's helping
He was
get the
married to
message
Katy
out?
Perry.
Oh no, yeah, well, that too. I mean, he was one of these Hollywood people. Let's be honest. I mean, but he came out and started.
But that's not the messages that he's saying now.
No. But he is okay. But
now.
Here's my thing: he is exposing a lot of truth that
Yeah.
And you
well, how can he say that, but we can't say it?
Do you understand? I had a person do a whole entire, almost 45-minute long video on me saying, "Look at how's Pimpy able to say this? He must be one of the controlled ops." I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? This is hilarious, man!" I was like, "You're really going for it on this video." I was like, "This guy spent all his time like taking words that I was saying and going, look, he's controlled opposition." I was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, sure, buddy." He even said he got a friend at CIA. Yep, I told everybody that.
You say,
Robert D. I mean, I don't hide it. That doesn't mean anything, But then this, what's that guy's name? The other idiot over there. That was telling people that I work for the CIA and the MK Ultra mind control division, along with some other chick, and I was like,
"It was you and Tulsi Gabbard, wasn't it?"
Actually, believe this crap? It's like, yeah, okay, my life would be a whole lot different if I was there. Trust me.
Well, even that guy on. Do you remember when? I don't know if you ever watched. I'm in Oklahoma, so everybody here watched Tiger King when it was on Netflix. That whole series, and at the end there was like that disgusting guy with the Rockin' Republic jeans on, and he had like, he'd mistreated his girlfriends. There was a little pregnant, way younger than him, and he was like just this disgusting human. And he was a paid informer for the FBI or the CIA, I don't know. And he publicly bragged about it, and like it was like that was the first time I had ever heard about that, and it was like a thing. And then right around that time came out with the in the budget how much they spend of our money every year paying those kind of people.
Yeah, no, I remember like talking the first time. One of the first conversations I ever had with my friend Robert was, I said, "Oh, I remember Elvis Presley and Chuck Barris from the Gong Show claiming they worked for the CIA." He goes, "No, they did." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "A lot of Hollywood people do because." Back in the olden days, celebrities can get closer to the targets. If they're trying to really assassinate somebody, the celebrities can get close to them. But he said, more importantly, celebrities can come back and forth in airplanes and pass up security checks. So they would smuggle drugs on behalf of the CIA back and forth. And now it doesn't make a difference. Now they fly damn planes and they own the planes, but it's much different. Back then, they would use
their own airlines.
Celebrities because they knew they wouldn't get caught. And even if they did get caught, they would bail them out with some stupid excuse. So yeah, it's Chuck Barris said he was a hitman. Elvis Presley said he was a hitman. And when I talked to my friend, he said, "Yeah, some of these people, it's real. They use a lot of Hollywood. One of the biggest killer was Hunter Thompson. Hunter Thomas.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yeah, Hunter Thomas. I mean, he went on David Letterman's admitted this. He's just crazy.
I don't know.
Look at that movie. Have you ever seen that?
He had mental problems. He would randomly shoot homeless people in the head in front of everybody and walk around. Hunter Thomas. Yeah. So
but if you look at that Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, there you go.
Quasi, story about Hunter S. Thompson. I think Johnny Depp played.
Taking
that was with
drinking the red stuff.
Yeah. And they call it that in the movie.
They called it. Yeah, they actually
what is
said it.
He's out tasting it. John just like. He was like, "Oh yeah, man, that's really good stuff." And I was like, "Look at, I did a video about that, and it got taken down. It was like from 1997. They were already talking about Dorito cream. So it's not fake; it's real. It's out there.
A lot of that was being exposed with Madonna recently.
Oh, doesn't she look
a lot of articles.
What the hell is up with that sick whore? Seriously, what's this?
I mean, it's just like
she's really trying to desperately be. Relative again. It's like, what? Shut
relevant.
Up. Go. Yeah. It's not the 80s. We're past there. You running around with a leash on your neck with some clothes on, looking like a hoochie. It's just
justify my love, baby.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. On a really good drunk night, I might think about it. Only if she sings like a virgin and dresses.
It'd be like a prayer.
Oh, you guys.
I'd be afraid that sick bitch would kill me, man. So
oh yeah. I was gonna say you would not
But what does that go to the core
your
of? The
blood
core of is
drained.
this, and this is the thing we have to do is spread information and wake people up, because I mean
Mhm.
this would not be possible if it were not for unlimited money. I mean, really, because they can fund anything. We don't know where the money comes from. They just print it up, they create it,
Out thin air.
they
That's where it
buy
comes
everybody off, and they fund everything. I mean, the only way to take that away is stop using that system, and that's why I call it a vampire
I know I can
casino.
tell both of you guys. Congratulations. I see Litecoin started to really take off there for just a moment. I said all the time in my video, I go, I know Lisa's really happy because look at Litecoin.
It's going to continue. I mean, you look at what
Thank you
happened
for
with
thinking of me.
FTX. Once FTX dropped, because what was happening is they were using derivatives to short Litecoin and beat the market down. As soon as FTX collapsed, you saw Litecoin pump up, because then you're dealing in real Litecoin. You're not dealing on exchange.
Oh yeah, Genesis is going bankrupt.
Yeah, and so that's one of the reasons, because there's only so
Tether.
much to go around. It's like silver. When
The
silver
Tether
mines
thing's going to be
close,
huge. And
there's only so much to go around.
Look, I said, you know what I told? It's not that I wanted to be right. Don't get me wrong. I love the whole premise behind cryptocurrencies. It was too good to be true. And I said every damn concern and fear that I had played out in real time within the past year and a half. I mean, right in front of her face. Everything I said that I was afraid of happened.
Pimpy, that wasn't a cryptocurrency crash. That was all.
They were exchanges.
And it was really an exposure. The funding behind that cryptocurrency exposed what happened, but the funding, the dirty money going back and forth, was legacy finance. It was BlackRock.
It was all CIA.
That's FTX to the guild. You know what I mean? CIA's behind that. Before they even announced what was going on with them, my friends like CIA's behind FTX big time.
Absolutely.
I was like, what? Tell me about this. And he started telling me,
it's one more scam.
They're laundering money.
Oh, I'm going to send you some. Have you been watching any of the Whitney Webb videos, Pimpy?
Yeah, go watch her. Go pay attention to her.
Get her on my show.
Okay.
I mean, she's awesome, the research she's done.
She is scary knowledgeable. She just sits there, not like looking at stuff. She just shots on top of her head.
You can just tell she's like savantish, just like looking out in all her memory banks out here. This
is a person who was really doing her research.
Yep.
Because when you get to sit there and rattle shit off like this nonstop, you are researching big time.
Yeah,
you know what
she
I mean?
did have a team.
But the thing is, she's absorbed all that knowledge. It's not like she's some
brilliant.
puppet out there reading a teleprompter. I mean, she knows the information that they've researched. Because
that's what I love about her.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I love listening to her talk, man. She's made a lot of connections.
Nailing it.
You know? Yeah. I love it.
And that's what it is. It's this information war. It's getting the truth out. It's getting people to wake up and realize that everything they've been taught, everything they've worked for is a fraud. Yes, get those books.
And the 50th new subscriber on Lisa and Clint's channel will get an autographed book from Whitney Webb.
No. I don't have any connections with Whitney Webb. Well, whose autograph?
They might get an autograph picture of this.
I said, you know what? I'm not stop thinking about us. What is that?
Look at it.
I wanted to look at it. I want to be on the front, like leaning forward with some tight booty shorts on.
I would have to be leaned back for you to be leaning forward.
Looking like a cell leaning forward. That is so cool, man. I'm jealous I didn't get it. You're in Oklahoma, right?
No, he's in Illinois.
I'm in Illinois.
So I'm in Oklahoma.
Illinois. Like
we gotta get Pimpy out here in the summer for the big Westwood meetup. We'll get him on the scooter.
Don't kill me, dude.
We're gonna take
I
some
was
pictures.
stationed out there in May, June, and July. I watched people drop dead literally from heat stroke in front of me. I was like, what the hell just happened? No, what's freaky is in May, lightning struck on the ground about 50 yards from us. I was like, I don't want to be out here right now. And so they put everybody in because it was really bad. And then not even like 3 or 4 weeks later, it was so hot. People were dropping like flies. I was like, what's happening to people? Or CC is like, they're dropping dead from heat stroke. What about it? I was like, yeah. So the way you're just delivering this message to us is not cool at all, man. That's just sad as hell, man. Because you see these people dropping. I'm like, are they really dead? It was the other CC said, yeah, look, he didn't deliver the message right, but people are dying from heat stroke, and that's why we had to sit in our barracks all damn day long. But man, Illinois, this freaking humidity was terrible. Man.
Illinois it's like hell on earth. I mean, it can be because we're right in the part of the country to where in the wintertime we get the northern blast, and we get all the cold, right? We get all the cold weather. But in the summer, we get all that humidity and heat. So it's like extremes on both sides. And then once in a while, you'll have a couple of nice days. And it's probably why I maybe stay here for those 2 days.
I have to come out there and visit you for a couple of days, man.
Hey, you know what? Come out here just when you're free. Just come out here and we'll hang out. I mean, it doesn't have to be a meetup or anything.
Nah,
but I'll have my meetup here
Okay, so I'm a huge,
Come on out.
I'm talking huge bass fisherman and catfisher.
Well,
That's
we got
more
a
like
river
like
down the
Lisa's
road.
territory, Oklahoma. But
Yeah, he's not going with you, but you can come see
I'll
me
go.
for all that.
I'll go.
you don't fish?
I don't fish. No.
No, he
What?
loves
I don't eat-
animals. He
I
loves
don't
all
eat any meat.
animals.
I'm a vegetarian. That's why I'm so
Yes.
huge.
He's so
Yeah, okay.
sweet.
Yeah, well, I'm a meatitarian. So,
There you
that's why
go.
my plants
Yeah.
look so big.
There you go. Right. Nobody eats them.
You like that?
You
huh?
guys are great.
I'm
Yeah.
meatitarian.
I wanted the big salad. The big salad.
All right. So you guys, we're going to wrap this up. You guys
Lisa's
are wonderful.
like, okay, losing control.
No, well, it's just been going on for a while. I need to let
Okay.
everybody go. But
All right.
I wanted to say thanks to everybody in the chat for joining us. Pimpy, thanks for coming, and you are welcome to crash anytime. We love you so much.
Thank you for having me. It's nice talking to you guys as always.
Yes, and we're going to be planning that meetup into March, and always do the Team Mighty one.
Tune in next week. We're going to have all the
mid-April,
details.
so we'll have
right,
more
Lisa?
details.
We're going to nail it down.
I don't mind Florida.
We'll
We
nail
get
it
to the
down
same place
next
if you
week.
go because that was kind of fun. I like that place.
Yeah, we got in trouble though.
They won't
We
let
did?
us do
What did
that
we get in
again
trouble
there.
for?
No,
Do you not
we're
remember?
They're
Yeah.
not going to let us do that there.
They're not gonna
I
let
mean,
us
I
do
think
that.
I was sober approximately 3 minutes. That was it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll fill you in.
Maybe
First
you
of
should
all,
go
let
to
me tell you
sleep.
this.
later.
I'm gonna tell you this. I love when we were in Texas. Let me tell you why. When I found that they actually had a alcoholic warehouse, and I was with Legend, I literally started crying. And lady's like, "Oh, good Lord!" She goes, "You know, we got free samples every other line." I was like, "Don't do this to me." Dude, it was awesome, man.
Tears of
it was fun
whiskey.
there, but Florida was good too.
Yeah,
I like that little
Florida
club we
was
went to.
great too. Yeah.
What I can remember of it. I mean, so,
It was a good time. We had a great time. So we have a great time at all of our meetups. You guys need to get
Yes, we
there.
do.
We'll have details next Friday nailed down one way or the other. I promise.
Tune in next time.
Tune in next time. Pimpy, hang on. We'll be right back right after this.